Welcome to Conversations Unheard. Thank you so much for joining me again today. I've been noticing that many of us are drawing conclusions before asking questions or hearing the full story. So today we're going to try and figure out why we seem to struggle with communication and understanding each other. I think it's also necessary to explore defensiveness and the impediments it poses to effective listening. Have you ever found yourself in a conversation where, instead of truly listening, you were busy defending your viewpoint? Or maybe you've been on the receiving end, where others are more focused on protecting their own beliefs instead of engaging in a genuine exchange of ideas. The truth is, we've all experienced this at some point. Why is it so hard to listen to someone else's viewpoint, and what does that say about us? I'm guilty at times. And on reflection, I'm always left asking myself, why? I'm still searching for answers. It's hard to decondition the mind, but I know it's possible. Defensiveness is a shield we erect, a reflexive response to protect our sense of identity, beliefs and values. But why do we struggle to engage in open, empathetic dialogue? First, let's look at the roots of defensiveness. It often stems from fear. Fear of being wrong, fear of losing face, or fear of vulnerability. When our perspectives are challenged, our brains instinctively triggers the flight or fight response. Instead of staying receptive to new information, we entrench ourselves in a defensive stance. Moreover, societal polarization and the echo chambers of social media exacerbate the issue. When we surround ourselves with like-minded individuals, we are inadvertently creating an environment where differing opinions are perceived as threats rather than opportunities for growth. Why is it so difficult to genuinely hear and comprehend another person's perspective without feeling attacked? The answer lies in our cognitive bias. Confirmation bias, for instance, leads us to seek information that aligns with our existing beliefs, effectively filtering out contradictory viewpoints. Additionally, the emotional investment we have in our opinion amplifies our reactivity. We tie our identities to viewpoints, making it personal when challenged. As a result, instead of listening, we're formulating our response, waiting for a chance to defend our position and not hearing another word of what the person is saying. Breaking this cycle requires a conscious effort, starting with self-awareness, asking ourselves the questions we need to, and acknowledging that being wrong or adjusting our viewpoints doesn't diminish our worth. Practicing empathy is crucial if we want to make the world a better place. Putting ourselves in other people's shoes helps us to understand their perspectives with less judgment. Active listening involves not just hearing words, but grasping the emotions and intentions behind them. It requires setting aside our ego and embracing humility to learn from diverse viewpoints. Being able to change one's perspective is huge. It means we have heard what was being said, reflected on it, and accepted that we're not always right. Eliminating ignorance. It shows others our openness to change and possess the ability to admit we're not always right. Imagine a world where conversations were more about understanding than winning arguments. A world where defensiveness took a backseat to curiosity and openness. It starts with each of us making a commitment to engage in meaningful dialogue, to truly listen. So let's challenge ourselves to dismantle our defensive walls, to cultivate empathy, and to foster genuine connections through active, empathetic listening. Thank you for tuning in to Conversations Unheard. Remember, the power of understanding lays not just in speaking, but in listening, truly listening. If we don't hear what others are saying, how can we resolve anything? Everyone has an opinion. If the conversation is not for you, walk away. We all want to be heard, so we really should allow others to speak. We can't get on with everyone, but we can agree to disagree and change the subject, so we can leave situations peacefully. We are the role models for the next generation. They learn from us. They need to be able to articulate themselves well. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. Until next time, be compassionate, be good to yourself, keep smiling, and listen to others. You might learn something.